I'm with Shoko Saeki, who's in Tokyo. Now, Shoko,
Yes.
tell me, what is the impact of the coronavirus on religion and belief in Japan?
Japan has declared a state of emergency over the coronavirus on 7th of April, I believe, which has no legal basis for enforcement. However, many traditional religious festivals have been cancelled. For example, the Gion Festival in Kyoto, which is one of the most famous ancient festivals in Japan, has cancelled the parade. Ironically, the origin of this festival is believed to be people praying for the end of an epidemic during the Heian period in Japan over around 1100 years ago. So indeed, this is something of an unprecedented crisis in the modern history of Japan. Therefore, those who value the sense of community and unity through these religious festivals have been very disappointed. Also because they take a great amount of time for the preparation. On the other hand, people in Japan have experienced many natural disasters, such as tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, typhoons, and various earthquakes throughout the ages. So there are some kinds of spiritual climate of Japan that no matter what you're believing in, people have acquired how to endure this kind of situation.
So there is this precedent. There are these terrible events in Japanese history, but there is something that's unique about the coronavirus. And one of its impacts, of course, is the sense of isolation, the sense of alone, the sense of not being part of a community. I mean, what's happened in terms of communities in Japan?
Well, some Japanese people, as you said, identify this intangible pandemic with natural disasters they have often experienced. So I don't want to make blind assumptions, as I think it is too soon to tell of what the impact has been. But as far as I can see, the Japanese people have tendencies to be united beyond, like denominations, and practice prayer together. So, well, some people would say for those who confront such intangible fears, acts of worship and prayers help them to find a peace of mind and feel togetherness and solidarity.
And is that playing out across all generations, or have you noticed a difference between a younger generation and an older generation?
I think it's both, but in these circumstances, in many churches, shrines, and temples, and particularly young priests and monks are broadcasting their rituals and prayers. They have provided online prayer platforms, one of which is called Let's Pray Together. So this is again welcoming all believers, including non-religious people. Also, the online communications and interactions are not too new to most Japanese people. So therefore, they may find some consequences of this self-isolation, such as online prayer platforms or watching rituals online, as some special or unusual opportunities to participate in things that they can't really experience easily.
And do you have a sense that the impact will have a long-term effect? I know it's very difficult when we're still in the midst of it, although the numbers in Japan are significantly less than where we are in Western Europe and in the UK. But nevertheless, it's having a dramatic impact on not just religious belief, but practice, as you've said. Do you think it will have a long-term impact, or will we return to type when all has come to an end?
That's a very good question. As you mentioned now, since we have about 16,000 people infected, and I believe it's less than 700 people died. So I don't think this pandemic will have a great impact on religion or their beliefs in the long term. But if the religious communities will continue to provide some opportunities for the observants or people who live in abroad to participate their acts of worship through online, I'm sure many Japanese will take the opportunities and vice versa. And on the other hand, I think many people would agree that the virtual reality cannot replace the physical experience that creates some kinds of special atmosphere. So especially Japanese traditional festivals take place in particular locations that are considered to be holy or important. They value the places as much as the sense of community. So therefore, there is no doubt that this pandemic has provided a new platform for the religious practice and interactions, but I think they will also reconsider the significance of the actual gatherings and physical experiences, which give more feeling of belongings and holiness.
And does that belonging and holiness cross the different traditions, or are they limited to each one side by side?
I think that one of the features of the Japanese tradition or religious communities is that when they confront these intangible fears, including the natural disasters and this kind of pandemic, they tend to tend to be united and looking for the togetherness and belongings by removing all boundaries of the religious boundaries. So that is very one of the evident features of the Japanese cultures.
And is there a sense of the Japanese diaspora connecting with the homeland, with Japan, through these online platforms? Those Japanese who are living abroad as a result of the coronavirus, as a result of these changes, is there more of a sense of community beyond the borders of Japan?
I believe that a lot of people from Japan, they try to reunite it together through online, then try to support each other as a Japanese. But a lot of Japanese people, they are integrated or assimilated to the cultures. They also try to be supportive to, or try to contribute to the communities they are settling. So I think they are having both sides. One is, as a Japanese, they are missing families and friends, so they want to, communicate as much as they can to support each other. But at the same time, they are physically outside of Japan, so they are doing their best to support their locals. That's one of the things that I'm proud of.
Yes, so I could imagine newspapers and media outlets like Asahi Shimbun that have offices around the world are connecting Japanese people all over the world, not just serving the community and the consumers in Japan.
Yes, I believe that not only the Asahi, but also all the individuals have been having a project of reconnecting each other. For example, one of the most famous known actors from Japan, he's tried to let people sing the same song together and reveal on the online as well as on the TV that we are all together, we are united. But interestingly, there's some people from England, the British people, have participated, and we are very welcoming those people who join us as a community.
Shoko, thank you very much.